final things we were just going to touch on is that obviously when there are challenging times, there are things that we can do that are non-monetary, right? There are things that we can do that don't cost the earth, that can really help improve employee engagement, experience and culture. What could we do? Any suggestions around what we could do so that we don't break the bank? Just to rattle off 3 things that you think we could do. And then if anyone has any questions that they want to ask, if they want to pop them in the chat now, then I can cover those after the guys have given their perceptions on this. Perspectives, not perceptions.
3 things. I'm going to highlight a couple of things Neil mentioned earlier, actually. Empowering people, I think, is really important. Giving people, where applicable, there's a rider on that, I guess. But give them some control over their own destiny, in terms of where the organisation is and where it's heading. Empowerment is a real driver of engagement. It's a driver of satisfaction. It's a driver of motivation. It's a driver of most things, to be honest. So people feeling empowered within their own role is critical. I guess the other thing for me is as well, I mentioned it earlier about removing frustrations and barriers where we can, particularly as again in tough times, I guess. People have bigger worries than stuff that's just getting in the way of them doing the job well. So if we can remove any barriers or frustrations that they have, that's really important. And I'll throw one more in. I think one of the other things I think we need to instill in people, and yeah, actually we do it really well in WorkBuzz, is getting people to think like owners, and how they drive the business as though it was their own and their own little bit of the world within organisations. So making savings and efficiencies where they can, innovating within the role and helping people innovate around them, continually looking to improve what we do. People start thinking like owners within their own part of the organisation, within their own part of the world. You sometimes get, you sometimes work through tougher times much quicker because they get to innovate, they get to change things, they get to they develop coping strategies of how to get through times that are challenging. So they would be my 3. I think I would pull out.
I'm not sure mine are as clear as that. I think my own experience is double down on the culture. So this is where if you have values, I would strongly recommend sort of values awards and recognition ceremonies and services. HS2 did that quarterly and created quite a sense of connection with the organisation through doing it. I then think that actually line managers, that the most sensible thing they can and should do is never miss an anniversary, a birthday or a work service day, and make sure that's celebrated in the team. And that could just be as simple as the cakes to celebrate, or other healthier foodstuffs to celebrate those little personal milestones. And then the third thing would probably be, I do like, in tough times, I do like the idea of galvanizing people to see if they can improve the organization. So that's where your ideas, suggestion schemes, and recognizing people for putting forward ideas that will improve the company's performance and productivity. I think you bring those in as well. And of course, nothing is more powerful than the thing we can all do all day, every day, which is to find opportunities to thank people in the moment. That is the most powerful motivator you can do for anybody, anywhere, about anything.